Namaste beta, I myself JVN Pratishtha Rajvanshi from the Department of Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic. I am an assistant professor over here. Today's topic is about the retina. I hope the previous topics you all have understood very well. And today we will discuss about the retina. What is retina? Retina is a thin semi-transparent multi-layered sheet of neural tissue that lines the inner aspect of the posterior two-thirds of the wall of the globe. It is the thin delicate layer of nervous tissue. Its surface area is 266 mm square. It extends from optic disc to the ora serrata. And what is the visible landmarks of human retina? It is the optic disc, retinal blood vessels, area centralizes with fovea and fovula, peripheral retina and ora serrata, thickest near the optic disc and thin towards the peripheral. Optic disc, what is optic disc? It is a circular or slightly oval approximately 1.5 mm. In the central contains a depression known as the physiological curve. Area centralis is a demarked approximate by upper and lower arcuate and temporal retinal vessel, and it corresponds to approximate 15 degree of the visual field and adopted for accurate diurnal vision and color vision, dim vision and color vision. It is divisible into fovea and fovula. Then what is fovea? Center of area centralis 4 mm temporal to the central of the optic disc. And what is in this layer? There are no rods. Cones are larger and amended, and its central part consists of cones and their nuclei covered by a thin internal limiting membrane. All other layers are absent in this region. In the center of the fovula there is any depression known as umbo. It corresponds to foveal reflex. Peripheral retina, there are 4 regions in the peripheral retina. That is, the first one is the near periphery, circumscribed region of about 1.5 mm around the area centralis. Mid periphery occupies 3 mm wide zone around the near periphery. Far periphery extends from the optic disc 9 to 10 mm on the temporal side and 16 mm on the nasal side in the horizontal meridian. Ora serrata, peripheral margin of the retina, which consists of dentate fringes. The retina ends here. The ciliary body starts here. Sensory retina is firmly attached to vitreous and RPE servations and are less developed temporally, where cystic degeneration is most common. Ora serrata marks the transition between the attenuated retina and inner column non-pigmented cells of pars Silenian as retina. The RPE continues anteriorly as the outer cuboidal cell layer of the ciliary body. And then microscopic structures are, it consists of 10 layers. First one is the retinal pigmented epithelium, layer of rod and cones, external limiting membrane, outer nuclear layer, outer plexiform layer, inner nuclear layer, inner plexiform layer, ganglion cell layer, nerve fiber layer, and internal limiting membrane. Then we should study about all the layers, which one is the first layer and which one is the last layer. First layer is the and external limiting pigmented epithelium. Okay, and then the rod and cones. Rod and cones, where the cones are responsible for the color vision and the bright vision. Fovea is a place where the it is the brightest place of the retina of the eye. And what are Muller cell? Muller cells are the nucleus and the cell bodies are which in the inner nuclear layer. They provide structural support and contribute to metabolism to the sensory retina. Now we should study about the thickness of nerve fiber layer at the disc. It is about most medial, quadrant, upper temporal and lower temporal quadrant. And now that's all. And now we will study about the blood supply of retina in the next lecture. Thank you, beta. Namaste, beta. I myself, Jeevan Pratishtha Rajvanshi from the Department of Physiotherapy and Diagnostic. Today's topic is about blood supply of retina. In previous topic you have studied about the retina, what is retina and its 10 layers and its function and all that. Now we will study about the blood supply of retina. Outer 4 layer of the retina is supplied by choroidocapillaries and the inner 6 layer of gets its supply from central retinal artery, which is the branch of ophthalmic artery. The outer plexiform layer gets partly by both the above arteries. The fovea is avascular and is mainly supplied by the choriocapillaries. The inner portion of the retina is perfused by branches of central retinal artery. In 30% of the eye, a cilioretinal artery branching from the ciliary circulation supplies this part of the inner retina, mainly the macula region. The retinal blood vessels maintain the inner blood retinal barrier. This physiological barrier is due to single layer of non-fenestrated endothelium cells whose tight junctions are impervious to tracer substances such as fluorescent. Now the retinal blood supply lack an internal elastic lamina and a continuous layer of smooth muscle cells. The retinal arteries are end arteries and have no anastomosis. The only place where the retinal system is in the neighborhood of the lamina fibrosa. The veins of the retina unite to form central retinal vein at the disc, which allows the corresponding artery. The terminal fundus arterioles bend sharply and tip almost vertically into the retina. In most of the external fundus, two retinal capillaries networks are superficial and are deep. In parafoveal zone, it is well developed and is 3 layer. Blood retinal barrier. What is blood retinal barrier? Formed by the endothelial cells that are closely bound together about the lumen by intercellular junction of zonule occludent type. These junctions normally prevent the free flow of fluids and solutes. 1:1 ratio of pericytes and basement of membrane cells is normal. And this all is about the blood supply of retina. And if you are having any query, then comment in comment box. Namaste beta. Thank you. Namaste beta. I myself, JVN Pratishtha Rajvanshi. Today I want to discuss the topic of binocular vision. Its objectives are to understand the basic concept and terminologies used in the binocular vision. That like what is binocular vision and how it's work in our eye, what are its content, and why we study about the binocular vision. The basic law of binocular vision forms the very foundation on which our current understanding of establishment and its symptoms and sensory consequences is based. Knowledge on binocular vision, single vision, forms basic to orthoptic treatment and many physical processes in the eyes. What are the physical processes in the eyes? This we came to know about reading the binocular vision. Firstly, we should know about the vision. What is vision? A vision is anything by which we can see. Eye is a biological camera we see from the brain, not from the retina. Okay, we always say that we see with our retina, but actually we are seeing by our brain. Actually, the retina sends all the signal to the brain, then only we can see. And after that, what are the types of vision? Vision are of two types: binocular vision, monocular vision. These are two types. Monocular vision is a vision with a single eye, and the binocular vision is the coordinated vision with the two eye. Okay, what is the definition of binocular vision? Binocular vision may be defined as the straight simultaneous vision with two seeing eyes that occurs when an individual fixes his visual attention on an object of regard. The coordination use of both the eye to produce a single mental perception is known as the binocular vision. Okay, then what are the prerequisites of development of binocular single vision? That is motor mechanism, sensory mechanism and the mental processes. ठीक है, motor mechanism. What is a motor mechanism? Corrected new muscular development so that the visual axes are directed at the object. Overlap of visual fields and sensory. What is sensory mechanism? Sensory mechanism is that the signals which the retina receives and that retina transfers all the signal to the brain. That is the sensory adaptation. Sensory mechanism. And motor mechanism. What is motor mechanism? Motor mechanism is what that we take from the atmosphere to the to our sensory adaptation part. Okay, then what is the mental process? Mental process is the ability of the visual cortex to promote the binocular single vision. That is, it means what the signals are coming from the sensory mechanism. That signals, what is the answer of that signals? That is given by the mental processes. Okay, then what are the milestones of the binocular single vision development? 2 to 3 weeks, the infant turns his head to fixate an object. Okay, then 4 to 5 weeks after the when the infant is 4 to 5 weeks 4 to 5 weeks old, then infant can sustain monocular fixation of large near object. Then first 2-3 months superimpose images. Then at the age of 3 months the binocular fusion started, and 3 to 6 months the striopsis developed in the infant. Then in 6 months 60 arc of second is developed, and development of the horopter and vergence is also influenced by the dramatic changes in eyeball size and orbital position during infancy. Infancy means when the infant is also known as the infancy time. Theory of binocular single vision. Theory of correspondence and disparity. neurophysiological basis, alteration theory of binocular vision and projection theory of binocular vision, motor theory and theory of isomorphism. Okay, then theory of correspondence and disparity. What is that? Silent features are simultaneous stimulation of the corresponding points by one object transmits single visual impression with no depth quality. Simultaneous stimulation by two objects points that difference in character results in binocular rivalry. Okay, diplopia occurs when separate elements are stimulated by one object. Binocular single vision with the striopsis results when the horizontal disparity remains within the limit of Panam's area. Then now what is Panam's area? We will discuss this later when we will study about the horopter. Okay. Then what is optic chiasma? Have you read it about optic chiasma? Optic chiasma is a part of the visual pathway. What is visual pathway? That pathway by which the signals are transferred from the optic nerve, or we can say the signals which are coming to the retina are transferred to the brain. So the signals optic nerve to the transformation to the brain. What are the steps? That is known as the visual pathway. Okay. Now what is optic chiasma? First structure that contribute for binocular single vision. Partial discussion at chiasma and serves to project to same place in visual cortex. Okay. Okay, have you understand up to now? And now we will discuss about the visual pathway in next lecture. Okay, नमस्ते बेटा, खुश रहिए आप लोग.